Good morning, welcome to, what should I call it, my I suppose first moto vlog. So it's my first attempt at doing a bit of sort of on-board waffling, I suppose. First go at moto vlog, hopefully it goes okay, hope you guys enjoy it. I thought as a first sort of introduction I would discuss, which is where the title of the video comes from. I would discuss should I buy a big adventure bike, or a middleweight adventure bike, as I might call it. Because you might be in a situation where I was 6 to 12 months ago thinking about making the change, and yeah, maybe I might be able to help you make up your mind on whether to take the plunge or not. So I think first things first, I'd sort of give you guys an idea of my riding background, and what I've done. So yeah, initially I started riding mini motos at the age of 15. I started racing them eventually, and then I was pretty shit at that, so I saved up all my pocket money and my Saturday job money and got myself a pit bike supermoto, which you might have sort of seen. They're quite popular. Yeah, sort of self-taught myself to ride. I was racing pit bike supermotos, soon went up to like a British Championship level, if you like, and yeah, did that for the best part of 10 years at a relatively decent standard, you know, regular front runner in the British mini bike supermoto championships. Sort of towards the end of my time racing there, I done my road license, done my A2, first road bike, had an SV650, loved that thing, done a lot of miles on it, and when I done my unrestricted license I then jumped up to the MT10, which if you follow me on Instagram you'll have seen my love for that bike. There was really very few flaws to it. Absolutely loved it. So yeah, I did a lot on that. Did like Europe, done Nürburgring, done trips to Wales, Northwest 200, Isle of Man TT. So I quite like to travel on a bike. I live in Norfolk, so our roads aren't particularly great for riding on, as you can see. You know, the little back road that I'm on at the moment, which I tend to stick to now on this, which is nice. But yeah, I enjoy twisted little roads and stuff, but these, I think generally across the UK the state of the roads isn't particularly great nowadays, so it's hard to really enjoy riding a motorcycle like enthusiastically, shall we say, on UK roads. So yeah, I'd sort of done a lot of miles on the MT10, and then decided it was, well, I'd sort of had to go on a WR450 or 250, sorry. Local dealership lent me that for a day, and I went out of a local TRF group and done about 200 miles in a day. That was a shock to the system, but absolutely loved it. I'd never ridden off-road in my life. Done that about 3 or 4 years ago, I suppose now, and ever since then I've had this itch to go and do off-road, or you know, do something off-road adventure, you know, green laning, because I opened my eyes up around Norfolk. I mean, again, it's probably not the best place in the world to be for green lane and adventure riding, but there's quite a lot that you can do not far off the doorstep. So initially looked at the CRF 300L or 250L, picked them up pretty cheap, brand new. I kind of wanted stuff that I could travel far. If I wanted to go and ride around Wales, I mean, I'm not saying that you can't on that bike, but yeah, it's a bit of a push. You know, it's not going to be comfortable or enjoyable ride getting there, and I wanted something that I could enjoy on the road as well as off-road. So that's where like the middleweight adventure bikes came in as a real option. Yeah, so the middleweight adventure bikes really came to the forefront, and from the day Husqvarna released the prototype images of this bike in Norden, I thought this thing looked so cool, like quite different from anything else. And so when they actually released it last year, it looked almost identical to the concept, which is rare. I went and test rode one before. It wasn't the biggest, longest test ride in the world, but it was enough to know, yeah, this is, I like this machine, and Unfortunately, I'm not in the situation to be able to afford to keep the MT10 and then buy Norden. I can't afford that, can't justify it. So yeah, MT10 went up for sale after quite a lot of thought and sold in about 2 or 3 hours. Yeah, having a bike that I could travel distance on, you know, if I want to go and ride in Europe, I can go and ride in Europe, and then also that capability of doing green lanes was what I wanted. So like I say, I looked at a few different options. I just went with my heart really on the Norden. It's a big learning curve, but it's not. You know, if you've never ridden off-road, you know, people said to me, why are you buying a massive, you know, 200 kilo bike on it really? I think KTM, Husqvarna, they've done the 890 and the 901. This bike is just, you know, I'm a complete amateur off-road. Stuff I can do on this bike is like, just surprises me every time I ride it. So they've built a bike that really is user-friendly. Even on tarmac, it's so much fun, this bike. Yeah, a few things up you might sort of question if you're looking at buying an adventure bike, because it's not just buy a bike and away you go. There's a bit more to learn when you're riding. You know, plotting a route on the road is, you know, you use Google Maps, you can use various apps. It's very easy to look at the road and know what you're going to be riding and what the, you know, road width and surface is going to be like. Whereas riding off-road, that's one of my biggest worries, is, you know, the green lane side of things. How do I find them? And that was very daunting, but do a bit of research. I'll probably make a separate video on how I go about it, because I found myself a nice little system. It's a little bit time consuming sometimes, but once you've got your head around it and you know what's legal, what isn't, how to find them, it's really not that bad at all. And it's really surprising what you might actually have on your doorstep. If that's something that's putting you off, you know, the route planning and stuff, it's not. Join TRF groups and follow them. The best way is local knowledge. The local knowledge is really important, which you'll pick up as you ride, or you can, like I say, you can join like a local TRF group, Facebook groups. There's loads out there. The route planning was a big concern of mine, and now that I've done it, it's not. You know, it's pretty straightforward. So don't let that aspect of things put you off. Would I have gone for a lighter bike? I don't know yet. You know, I'm really happy with this bike. I love the Norden. It's so cool. I enjoy it on the road, I enjoy it off the road. So I feel, to me at the moment, you know, it's comfy as anything. I suppose if we look at the question, should I convert to an ADV bike? You know, then it's down to what you want from your bike. So far I feel I've made a really good decision. I'm loving riding motorbikes again, which I hadn't really done for a few years. Yeah, I can thoroughly recommend making the switch if it's something that you've given some thought and, you know, you're struggling to make your mind up. If you can afford to do both, then great. You know, I envy you somewhat, but right now I'm more than happy just having this as the one bike. You know, it can ride on the road, I can have fun on the road, so, and it allows me to go off road, which is cool. So yeah, the future plans, I want to, you know, increase my skill level, keep riding, keep doing miles, and then hopefully next year go to sort of Spain or Portugal, or, you know, somewhere in Europe, and ride some nice scenic terrain, you know, tech trail, stuff like that, sort of high on the agenda. So that'll be the plan for me. If you got any questions or anything, just drop them in the comments, and I'll either reply directly to you in the comments, or maybe I'll make another video, like a question and answer video, what you guys want to know, because I've probably not covered half the stuff you want to know. So try and make a video for how to plan a route off, you know, green lane and route, and I might do a sort of a gear video. You know, what gear should I wear, or what gear should I buy? Yeah, hopefully get to see you guys in the next video. If you enjoyed the video, I found it helpful, like I say, leave a comment, leave a like, hit the subscribe button. I'd really appreciate it. Look at the size of that house. Jesus. Bye.